Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Dreaming in Fibre. I am Sarah, your host from sarahstexturecrafts.com. You can find the show notes as usual at dreaminginfibre.blogspot.co.uk, and of course I've got my friendly little Patch with me who's going to help me today because, as you can hear, I'm full of cold. Yay! So happy 2016 everybody. I hope that you had a really good Christmas and New Year, and I hope that wherever you are safe and sound. I know there have been a lot of problems with weather and other stuff about the world, so sending big love out to you all. I'm going to keep today's show... Oh, do you want to say that to everybody then? Well, come up then. Come up and see everybody. Come up. Up. There we go. Say hello, look. There they are. Do you want me to turn that for you so you can see? There they are, Patch. Say hello. That's it, that's as much as you're getting, I think. So basically I want to keep today's show quite short. I don't think I've got the strength to hold out for a long podcast, and to be honest I haven't really done a huge amount. I took Christmas off and I'm quite happy with that, thank you very much. I was kind of under strict instructions from Darren, who really insisted this year that I tried to keep any crafting to an absolute minimum, so I'm not going to go into that too much. I'm going to leave that for next time. I thought today instead I would spend some time talking about Colour Club, which has just opened on the site, and also ask for your help. So please stay tuned, whether you're a customer or not a customer, because the bit at the end where I'm asking for your help is going to be relevant to everybody. Okay, so let's start with Colour Club. Colour Club 2016 is here. I am so excited and I'm really thrilled. It opened yesterday on the website and I had a huge response already. So if you haven't booked or bought a product from the collection, then hop on over to sarahstexturecrafts.com. My little helper over here is checking on stocks for me. Patch, do you want to come wait please? We'll see how that works. But for those of you who are unaware of what Colour Club is and how it's changed this year, then let me tell you a bit more about that. Okay, Colour Club 2016 has an overall theme of textile artists. I've split that up into quarters. So for the first quarter, that's just been released yesterday, is all about the textile artist, or textile house I should say, Collier Campbell, and I've picked one of their prints that I really wanted to share with you because it's one of my favourite prints in terms of balance of colour mix. Come wait please. Sorry for rocking of the camera there. And also just the way they put their prints together is always really inspiring to me. So you can check those guys out over on their website. I think I have a link to their website on my Colour Club page, which is on sarahstexturecrafts.com. Just pop along the top, just under the logo there'll be a Colour Club tab there. Press that and that will link to all the information about Colour Club, but also the products available as well. What I'm doing for each quarter is, instead of giving you a subscription club, which is what I used to do, and basically you would sign up at a given point and then in a couple of months' time you would get your first shipment, and shipments would periodically be released every month for 3 months, I think it was. Instead of doing that, this time what I'm doing is I have made everything ahead of time for the quarter and I've released it for you direct onto the site, so you can see everything there is to buy. There's no mystery colour, there's no mystery product, everything is there and fully described for you, so you just buy what you want and how much you want each quarter, working within the theme. I've done this for several reasons, and this is kind of important to sort of say, just to kind of let you know my reasons for changing from a subscription club to kind of an open club, if you like. First of all, my work schedule has increased so much that I was originally offering about 30 spaces per club, and it looked like this year I was going to have to decrease that to about 20, which vastly reduced my potential to earn money. but also it means that less of you get in on the club, and actually I was having a higher subscribe rate with each club, so I wanted to increase rather than decrease. That's kind of best for business, right? But it's also best for you as well, because it means more of you can join in. So this way you get to join in as and when you like, depending on stock levels each quarter, as something takes your fancy, really. Each item from the club will come packed. This product I'm about to show you is a special new product, which I'll talk about a bit more in a minute. But they'll all come packed with a letter which also gives you my inspiration points and my hints and tips for how to use it and how I see you kind of envisaging projects and so on. So that I think really helps, and has always been something that's really worked well for me with customers who maybe receive colours that are slightly out of their comfort zone. And that's kind of the idea of colour clubs for me, is about getting you to experiment and try something new, you know. So I hope that that idea will continue, and by allowing you to see the colour choices that I have available, that will probably urge you maybe a bit more to pick up and experiment. Having produced this amount of stock before I've released it onto the site means that I can actually offer more product, and essentially what would have been more places if I had been doing an old subscription style club. So I have products that could potentially, if they sold individually, go out to, I think, 70 people, which would be the equivalent of 70 spots. In a 3-month subscription, with my current work schedule, that would just be impossible to offer, because I would be scared to offer that amount, and then, you know, particularly with shows and things coming up, working that into my schedule. So that's the first reason. Also, secondly, if you go over and have a look at the Colour Club, and you've been a previous Colour Club member, you'll see that I've offered lots of different choice, so lots of different colour options and lots of different bases. Originally on a subscription club, what you would have to do is, to make it simple for the buyer, as an indie dyer I would choose a certain amount of product, and they would all have the same colour, using the same technique, and they would be all shipped at the same time, so it would be easier to control the ease of information for customers, and how they might use the product and so on and so forth. Having produced a collection ahead of time, it means that I can be much more experimental, and I can really think about the colours that I'm doing, matching them on products, and working with dye techniques that are specific maybe to yarn or specific to fibre that I can't recreate on another base, like a bat for example. And it also gives me more scope to add in yet more products. So I could add in rolags, for example, which I've never done in a club before. I could add mini skeins, or maybe even self-striping or sock blanks if I have the time to do those. So it gives me much more scope to be creative, and it gives you much more scope to buy some more unique things that I probably don't have on offer as products on their own on the website. So that also I think is going to be a really huge difference between previous subscription clubs and this new club, and I think something that you will enjoy. Lastly, it means that you can also buy as much as you want. Previously, whilst I didn't limit your subscription options, so you could double dip or you could triple dip if you wanted to buy 2 separate subscriptions, it made it more difficult for people to buy into more than one product, particularly on items they hadn't seen. Whereas this way, if I'm releasing a mini collection, it means you can buy as much of it as you want. So you can buy one of everything, or you can buy a sweater's worth of something else. And what I'm doing is I'm, say for example, this is one of the colourways on 100% wool. So this is a French merino. And I'll show you pictures of it later, because the colour is not fab here, because it's January, weather's not great. I've dyed up 10 of these, So there is essentially, depending on your size, possibly up to 2 sweater quantities available there. So first come first serve basis. So if you want a sweater in this colourway and there's still that amount left, then it's available for you. All the colours are exclusive, so they won't be repeated. This colourway will not be repeated on this base again on the website. So if you are thinking about getting a sweater's worth of something, then get in and get that done as soon as possible, because once it's gone, it is gone. So there you go, that's Colour Club for 2016. In the next quarter I will have a new textile designer that I will focus on, and in the next quarter again I'll have another one, and so on and so forth until the end of the year. And then for 2017 I will choose a completely different subject again and split it into quarters. Running alongside that, I will have other options available to you. So there'll be things like collaborations. Now I'm going to go back to this product that I showed you packaged up. This is a skein of yarn, which is based on the Colour Club colourways. You've got the inspiration letter in there, and then you've also got a project bag. This project bag and set of project bags was made for me by a lovely lady and a customer of mine called Alex. She runs the Etsy shop spinningandstitching.etsy.com, and she specialises in project bags of various sizes and shapes. Very good product, and I've like her product. I have several of her bags, and so I wanted to use Colour Club as a way of collaborating as well. So by splitting the club into quarters, it means that I have a lot more time to prepare those special pieces for you and work with somebody else to be able to deliver those products for you. So Alex has been working furiously away at making these wonderful project bags, and you can either buy those with a skein of yarn this time, or there's a project bag for spinning. I also have a couple of knitting project bags left over that you can buy on their own, so they are available on the site. When you come to sarahstexturecrafts.com, just under the logo along the top, I think it's pretty much by the Colour Club tab, there'll be a project bags tab, and you can buy those project bags there separately. I've only got a couple left, so you have to be quick. If those go well and reception goes well, then I'm thinking of asking Alex to collaborate in the future on Colour Clubs, but maybe also to make us some exclusive project bags just for the site. It's an idea that I've had for about 4 or 5 years and just haven't found the right person to be able to collaborate with, but also had the time and funds to invest in something like that. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping that will take off and be a part of Sarah's Texture Crafts for the future. But you know, vote with your pennies, folks, and let me know. Buy up the stock there is, and I will replenish and come up with new schemes and things with Alex. So yes, there's lots of product still available, but it is actually selling quite fast. So if you're interested in Colour Club, pop over to the site and grab what you want, see what there is. I'm going to show you a little slide show in a second, which will show you the wool tops, the blend, the collaboration projects, the yarns and the bats that I have for sale this time. As I say, next time I might include mini skeins, self-striping or whatever, so keep an eye on Colour Club. I will come up with a date for the release of the next one as soon as possible, but I'm already working on ideas for it, and this is how much better doing Colour Club this way is for me, because it means that I have the opportunity to really think in advance and plan much further those products and get those right for you. So yes, Colour Club is open. It's now a collection based club, and I hope you will enjoy it. Here's a slideshow of those products. Stick around because I'm going to ask for your help in a second. So here I am asking for your help. I have been running Sarah's Texture Crafts, as you know, for 10 years. So there are going to be some changes this year. First of all is the way that Colour Club is running and the idea of collaborations. I wanted to make my celebration year as good for you as it feels as good for me, as a kind of thank you for buying from me and allowing me to be in business for 10 years and doing what, you know, what makes me happy, really. Part of this change is again something that I've been toying with for probably 2 or 3 years, and that's the idea of maybe offering flat rate shipping. As a small business, it's currently impossible to offer that unless I make changes to pricing structures and so on. So this is where your help is really, really important. I'm going to, below this video on YouTube, have a link to the, not only to Colour Club, but also to the survey that I want you to fill in. If you go to the show notes homepage at dreaminginfibre.blogspot.co.uk, there's going to be a copy of the survey there as well. And if you're on the website, sarahstexturecrafts.com, there's also going to be a link to the website up on the top right of the screen above, where I've got shop update information, so I'm going to sorry about that. Okay, so if you could pop on over to that survey and fill it in for me. It should take you a couple of minutes each. It's just got some basic questions. I want to know whereabouts you are in the world, you know, some other details about your buying habits in terms of yarn or fibre and then your feedback on the choices of shipping. And I've been very open and honest about what each of those how each of those shipping options are currently created and what changes they may or may not mean in terms of what I can, you know, offer in like, for example, loyalty points and so on. So this is your opportunity to give me feedback on A, how you currently buy, and and B, how you would like to see shipping offered from me in the future. Why am I asking you? Simple. For 10 years, you guys have been extremely supportive and have always been very open and honest about what you like and what you don't like, and that's great. It's allowed me to not only stay in business for 10 years because you've been buying from me, but it also means that I have what I feel is a good relationship with you guys, and I want that to continue. This is a massive decision that could affect my business ultimately, and which is why it's kind of taken me as long as it has to get round to asking you this. And so I want you to be involved in this decision. I want you to tell me what suits you and what would suit you going forward. Do you like the way I currently have my shipping set up? Does that suit you? Or would changing it to a flat rate shipping be more beneficial to you? Now, the aim of this survey, A, is to have all of you answer, and that's whether you're an existing customer or whether you're a potential customer. So if you don't currently buy from me, please do fill in this survey, because if you're a potential customer, I'd like to know in that particular sort of area how I could better attract you to buying from my site. So yes, I'm interested if you're in the UK, if you're in Europe, and if you're overseas. But I'm thinking that probably the overseas people might be the most interesting to hear from here, because this is a smaller part of my business, and I would like to grow that. I would like to ship more overseas. I used to ship more overseas, and then Royal Mail changed their prices so dramatically that overseas trading had just, well, bottomed out, I think, for everybody, and I would like to try and do my best to regain that. So whoever you are, wherever you are, whether you've bought from me in the past or not, please do take the time to fill in that survey. It would be a really massive help to me. It's a really big business choice, and I would like you to be involved as much as possible. So that's it really. I don't have anything else to tell you this podcast. Next podcast I shall hopefully be much better and much more than norm, so I can show you what I've been working on. So I hope you're safe and happy out there wherever you are, and that you're dreaming in fibre as always. Okay, I'll catch you later guys. Cheers.